Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Hey, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well and things are good with you. I just wanted to shoot a final course conclusion video and give you some updates on everything and just bring everything to a close. So just a few points here. The grades were submitted last week, about a day and a half after you wrote your final exam, and they were released yesterday, which was Sunday, April 19th. So you should all have your final course grades right now. So that's great that you have those. In terms of the exam, it was well done, very well done. It was an open book, so that's good. The mean was 75%, and most people did a little bit better on the short answer, as always, than the multiple choice. So that's the grades and the final exam. The next thing is the course evaluations, and I did make an entirely separate video on this, so I won't go over this too long, but the course evaluations are still open. They're open till next Friday, April 24th, so you still have lots of time. They're really important for you to fill out, and thank you very much. Some of you actually emailed me and said, you know, I completed them, so thank you, and the rest of you that did as well, thank you very, very much. And if you have a second, I would really appreciate if you haven't already to fill these evaluations out. They're extremely important, especially in light of this pandemic, if there's things you wanted to comment about in terms of that adaptation, and also just in terms of if there's something that you liked about the course even to comment on, because I can think of lots of examples, and I'll talk about them in a second, of things I've either changed or things I've kept the same because of comments, both constructive and positive. So just some specific examples. The way I grade my courses, they're either 25 cut into 4 even chunks, so 25, 25, 25, and 25, or as in the case of history, into 5 even chunks, so 20%. So that's a thing that I've done for a lot of years, and I've really maintained doing that because students have commented on that. So that's just one example of something that I just sort of did because I felt like it, but I've kept doing it because of the course evaluation. So commenting on positive things as well as challenges is really good. Another thing is the assignment guide. That's something that I just that's a bunch of handouts I used to make for people because I was sick of drawing the same thing or explaining the same thing over and over again or in emails. So I started to put it together as a handout, and students said they liked the handout, but and because of that, I decided to do a study. I did a formal study a couple of years ago, helped by another student, to find out if people A, were even using it at all, because I didn't really know, and B, what they liked about it, so then I was able to improve that, and what they thought was missing, so I was able to add that. So the assignment guide is I know it's a pretty intense document, but that's all as a result of ongoing student feedback. So that's another example. The creative component of your final project in history, that's just me, that's my approach and my idea, but I kept it because students commented that they really like that. So that's just an example of where reinforcement is really helpful. And then in my other 2 classes, so my sort of suite of third-year classes, I have options for students to do interviews with a person in their life related to health psychology or the psychology of aging. And that was an idea a student had a couple of years, maybe 2 years ago, in a course evaluation, and I was like, that's a great idea, so we just integrated it. So these are just some examples of why it's really important to fill out course evaluations. As I also said, it's helpful for younger faculty members like myself, or newer faculty members like myself. Extremely helpful and extremely important. There's no way, if only 10 or 20% of people comment on something, we don't know if it's just that one person, right? Because for everyone that likes something, there's someone else that doesn't like that exact same thing. So we need to have really good numbers to show consistency and then to make those changes. So please fill out those evaluations if you haven't already. Another thing is, as I've talked about a few times, the tenure situation for me is imminent. And some of you I've approached actually and requested, so I need reference letters from students this fall, and I've approached some of you and requested that. So it would be in the fall, not now, just in support of my teaching. So if this is something that we haven't already talked about, and it's something you would like to just do to help me out with, just send me an email and I'll let you know about that. And that's just, it's something that's ongoing for every new faculty member that we go through this process, and it's really important to have student comments on that process. The next thing, and these 3 are kind of related all to me asking you to do things, and I know many of you have done this already, but the research study, the study on aging, only about 50% or so of the course have clicked on that URL. So click on it, take 2 seconds. That means your odds of entering the draw to win and winning the $50 Visa gift card are actually pretty high, but let's lower those odds, and if more of you could fill out that survey. As you know from all your stats classes, a 50% response rate is so-so. So I would truly appreciate it if you have already done it, thank you. If not, Just click it, it'll take 2 seconds, enter to win, move on with your life. So that's enough about stuff for me. So the things for you are the grades, the things for me are the evaluations, the letters, if you feel like doing that, the tenure letters, and the aging research survey. Would really appreciate that. Overall, I just really wanted to take a moment to thank each and every one of you for really being positive and working with me on the transition to online. I mean, grading for me took so much more time. I had to figure out how to put a test on Blackboard. Like, that took me an entire day, right? Versus just hitting print at the print shop. So all of these little things behind the scenes, as much as it took you time to adapt to your side of things, took me time. And I really found that everyone is really nice and kind and patient in their emails. So I just really want to thank you for that, in your patience. And so yeah, this is a really a note of appreciation. Another thing about me is this and my other course, Psychology of Aging, that I'm teaching right now. These are the last courses I'll be teaching at Trent until the fall of 2021. So that's a full year and a half essentially from now. And the reason for this is upcoming. If you Google me between now and May 1st, like on the Trent website, you'll see why. There's an announcement coming. So if you care, that'll let you know why. But I won't be teaching in this coming school year. So I'll miss having some of you that are maybe still going to be at Trent in classes, because I won't be teaching. The last thing I want to say, point number 8, is to you. Many of you are graduating. This is a huge year for you. I know it's disappointing not to be able to cross the bridge and to have your convocation, but just take the time to celebrate regardless, with your family, with your friends, in whatever creative ways that you can. This is really important in general, and I think now more so than ever. So I know it's anticlimactic and kind of strange, but don't let it pass you by, whether you're going on into graduate school or college or another postgraduate diploma, or you're not sure what you're doing and you're working. Those are all really good things, but don't overlook the importance of celebrating your graduation. That's really important. And last year, actually, just over a year ago, I think it was, I made a video congratulating the graduating class, and I'm going to link that down below as well, so check that out. My sentiments a year ago are no different than my sentiments right now, so check that out. Just if you want to see it, it's just a really quick video, but it's a strange year. Congratulations, you've all done so well. And for those of you that are coming back to Trent, hope to see you in the hallways every now and again, as I'll be around generally. So overall, in relation to the course, thank you so much for your time and your support in this transition. Congratulations on graduating if you are, and just on completing these courses in such a really challenging time. That's a big accomplishment, so you should feel proud of yourselves, and make sure you take the time to thank your family, especially, or your friends, the people that supported you in that. Maybe there's other faculty members you'd like to reach out, because it's a really silent time for us, as I think it is for you as well. So just take the time to thank the people in your life that have made your success possible, and to thank yourself, and to give yourself some grace, and just enjoy the summer for whatever it may be. If you have any questions about the course, or careers in psychology, or graduate school, or just anything you think that you would like to chat with me about, I'm just around, happy to meet with you, email with you, whatever. So just reach out anytime in the next, I don't know, 30 years, I'll be here hanging out. So that brings everything to a conclusion. So please fill out the course evaluations and the survey for my study. Thank yourselves, thank your friends, thank your family, and congratulations. Thanks.